Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing Special Military Operation as of September 22, 2024. I'm your host, Sharifa Muhammad MGT.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an Infantry Officer. Tactical advances. The briefing details various successes by groups named North, West, South, Center, East, and Dnepr in improving their positions or defeating Ukrainian forces across several regions, primarily in the Donetsk, Kharkiv, Luhansk, and Zaporizhia regions, as well as in the Kursk region within Russian territory.
Welcome to Frontline Updates podcast. Today, we're privileged to have Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all command levels during ground missions. Colonel Oguntoye is here to brief us on the progress of the Special Military Operation as of September 22, 2024. Colonel, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to share this briefing with you.
Let's dive right in. Colonel, can you start by giving us an overview of the progress made by different groups of forces in the operation?
Russian forces are divided into several operational groups: North, West, South, Center, East, and Dnepr. Each group has been actively engaged in operations across different regions, achieving significant tactical successes. For instance, units of the North Group of Forces have made strides in the Liptsov and Volchansk directions, successfully defeating formations of the Ukrainian armed forces in areas around Volchansk and Liptsy in the Kharkiv region.
Could you elaborate on the specific actions taken by the North Group and the impact of those actions?
The North Group targeted the 57th Motorized Infantry Brigade, the 36th Marine Brigade, and the 5th Border Detachment of the Ukrainian Border Service. We inflicted substantial losses, including approximately 160 Ukrainian servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, 2 cars, a 152mm D-20 gun, and 2 122mm D-30 howitzers. These efforts have significantly disrupted Ukrainian defensive capabilities in these areas.
It sounds like a major push. What about the West Group of Forces? How have they been progressing?
The West Group of Forces has also made substantial advances. They improved their tactical positions and inflicted heavy losses on Ukrainian manpower and equipment in several settlements, including Petropavlovka and Peskanoy in the Kharkiv region, as well as Serebryanka and Torskoy in the Donetsk People's Republic. Specifically, they repelled 5 counterattacks from the Ukrainian assault groups, resulting in approximately 420 Ukrainian servicemen lost, along with several tanks, pickups, artillery units, and even a US-made and /TPQ-50 counterbattery radar station.
That's quite a detailed account. How have the Southern forces contributed to the overall operation?
The Southern group of troops occupied more advantageous positions and inflicted heavy casualties on multiple Ukrainian brigades, including mechanized, airborne assault, and mountain assault units across various strategic locations in the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian forces lost up to 560 servicemen, combat armored vehicles, artillery, and ammunition depots. This significantly weakened their ability to conduct coordinated counterattacks. They're hampering their operational capabilities.
Let's talk about the Center Group of Forces. What progress have they made?
The Center Group has been advancing deep into the enemy's defensive lines, inflicting losses on a variety of Ukrainian brigades in multiple settlements like Dzerzhinsk, Krasnoarmysk, and others within the Donetsk People's Republic. They managed to repel 11 counterattacks, resulting in approximately 445 Ukrainian servicemen casualties and the destruction of numerous combat vehicles and artillery pieces. The group's strategic advances are helping us maintain momentum in this sector.
It seems like the East Group has also been actively engaged. Can you provide details on their operations?
Yes, the East Group has been instrumental in improving the frontline positions. They defeated formations of Ukrainian mechanized and territorial defense brigades in areas such as Dobrovoly and Shakhtarskoye in the Donetsk People's Republic and Timirovka in the Zaporizhia region. They repelled 3 counterattacks and inflicted losses of up to 145 Ukrainian troops, along with a tank and several artillery units.
How about the DNEPR Group of Forces? What role have they played in this operation?
The Dnieper Group has focused on the Kherson region, targeting the 39th Coastal Defense Brigade and Territorial Defense Brigades of the Ukrainian forces. Their actions have resulted in over 60 Ukrainian servicemen casualties, the destruction of vehicles and artillery units, further destabilizing enemy positions in that area.
This operation sounds extensive. Could you summarize the support operations, such as those carried out by tactical aviation and air defense systems?
Yes, operational tactical aviation, missile troops, and artillery have played a critical support role by targeting enemy concentrations, destroying key infrastructure, and degrading Ukrainian defensive capabilities. For example, they destroyed a 36D6 radar station and damaged energy facilities supporting Ukraine's military-industrial complex. Additionally, our air defense systems have been highly effective, intercepting multiple aerial threats, including HIMARS rockets, guided bombs, and unmanned aerial vehicles.
That's a substantial impact on Ukrainian resources. Can you provide us with an update on the ongoing situation in the Ugoldar area?
There are reports that in the area of Ugledar, the Russian armed forces have crossed the Kashlagak River west of Prikostavka. Ukrainian soldiers are already starting to howl that the city garrison is doomed and that it will not be possible to withdraw it. Whether this is true or not, we will find out in the near future, but the very fact of the collapse of the front, the removal of the brigade commander of the Ukrainian Armed Forces brigade defending this area, and other events indicate that the situation is in tatters.
Before we wrap up, can you give us a brief about Sukarino?
Some foreign sources believe that Russian troops have entered Sukarino and are now actively clearing the city. If this information is confirmed in the near future, it means that a cutting attack in this area is being carried out in 3 directions at once, towards Gornyak, Sukarino, and towards Seladovo, which effectively deprives the Ukrainian armed forces of the opportunity to organize defense in any one place. With such heterogeneity of the front line and the speed of advance, defense planning will have to be done well in advance, and the hardest part will be guessing where exactly they will have to defend themselves.
Finally, what is going on in the Kursk region?
In the Glushkov direction, the enemy is still struggling to gather personnel in the occupied forest areas. They are losing equipment and personnel while attempting to find weaknesses in the defense to expand their area of operation. Additionally, a number of servicemen from the 225th, 115th, and 95th Separate Airborne Brigades have been captured.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for hosting me. It's crucial for the public to comprehend the scale and complexity of these operations. Hezbollah claims to have fired tens of Fadi-1 and Fadi-2 rockets towards the Ramat David Air Base in northern Israel for the second time on Sunday. The group states that the rocket launches are in response to repeated Israeli strikes in Lebanon, which have resulted in the deaths of many civilians.